Ganseok Sakupa. Most people think South Korea is all K-pop and Samsung. That's wrong. There's something happening beneath the surface, and it's been growing for years without anyone noticing. Ganseok Station, Western Incheon, looks like any normal subway stop, but the gang named after it runs one of the most sophisticated criminal operations in South Korea, and their methods are nothing like the old mafia. In the 2025 crackdown, police found something unexpected. These guys weren't just running protection rackets. They were operating like a tech startup. Cryptocurrency fraud, fake lottery websites, credit card scams, all while still doing the old-school extortion and violence. One member in his early 20s was arrested. What police found on his laptop changed everything they thought they knew about Korean gangs. But we'll come back to that. Because the second gang does something even more dangerous. Wonsecupa, named after another train station in Incheon's Namdong-gu district. Here's what makes them different. They're marketing crime to teenagers. According to the National Police Agency, nearly 40% of MZ gangster arrests involve what they call intricate business-type illegal activities. Translation, these guys are scamming thousands of people online, but Wonsecupa took it further. They post on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, photos with stacks of cash, luxury watches, bottles of expensive whiskey. They're selling a lifestyle, and it's working. Kids are signing up. But that's not the most disturbing part. The most disturbing part is how they recruit. I'll show you in a minute. First, you need to know about the third gang, because they don't even exist permanently. Keikol Mangpa, Sinpodwing Sikupe. This is where it gets weird. Keikol Mangpa members form around specific crimes, execute the job, then dissolve, like they were never there. It's organized crime meets the gig economy. Police say many of these groups aren't permanently organized. They come together for one operation, get paid, disappear. But don't think they're amateurs. One member was caught on surveillance attacking two junior members with a baseball bat. Not over territory, but over respect. When police arrested him, they found something else. Weekly training sessions, run by the gang's leadership. That's right. They have training sessions, like corporate team building, except they're learning fraud tactics and police evasion. At this point, you're probably thinking, how organized are these guys really? Let me show you gang number 4, because their leadership will shock you. Bupyeong Sakupa. Bupyeong is one of Incheon's central districts, and the gang named after it has a secret weapon, former Special Forces operatives. One investigation revealed multiple members with military backgrounds, ex-commandos, trained fighters, running organized crime with military precision. In one operation, they stole over $1 million, and the scheme was so organized they held weekly training sessions to perfect it. Former military teaching Gen Z how to commit crime. But here's the thing about these 4 Incheon gangs. They're new, young, still growing. The next gang on this list, they've been running South Korea's underworld for over 70 years. Chilsungpa, the 7-Star Mob. This is the largest crime syndicate in South Korea, and they're not going anywhere. Founded in the 1950s by 7 original members. 3 are in prison, 2 are dead, but the organization didn't die with them. It evolved. Their main revenue, extortion and blackmail. In 2018, a Chilsungpa leader extorted 23.3 billion won, about $19 million, from a construction CEO. They knew he'd embezzled funds, so they blackmailed him. But here's the genius move they made. Instead of staying as one massive organization that could be taken down in one raid, they did something different. They franchised. There's Oncheonjang Chilseong, Seodong Chilseong, Yonsan Chilseong, Gijang Chilseong, each operating as a separate branch across Busan. And in 2025, they're still active, still violent, still exchanging attacks with their rival gang, the 20th Century Faction. In 2013, prosecutors arrested their boss and compiled a list, 230 confirmed members. They narrowed it to those born between 1976 and 1989. 52 core members. These are millennials, the bridge generation connecting the old guard to Gen Z, and they're recruiting high school students right now. The Gwangan Chilseong branch specifically targets teenagers, grooming them for gang life, and it's working because of one thing that happened in 2001, a movie. Friend was based on Chilsungpa. It became a massive hit. The movie romanticized gang life, loyalty, honor, brotherhood. Teenagers started idolizing these guys. Even today, wannabe gangsters in Busan claim they're Chilsungpa just for the reputation. The brand is that powerful. But Chilsungpa isn't the oldest gang on this list. That title belongs to gang number 6. And its founder, he disappeared to the Philippines. Yangyuni family, Gwangju, South Korea. A man named Cho Yang-eun founds a gang called the Yangyuni family. Within a decade, it has over 10,000 members. 10,000. That's not a gang, that's an army. Cho became the most powerful gangster in South Korea. He controlled nightclubs, bars, karaoke rooms, massage parlors. He extorted money under the guise of protection. And he even acted in gangster films. His criminal record is insane. Murder, drug trafficking, attempted homicide, social unrest. He went to prison, got out, went back, got out again. In 1998, he entered Catholic school claiming he wanted to become a priest. 3 years later, he was arrested for gambling and blackmail. By 2010, police were investigating him for financial fraud. And in June 2011, he did something unexpected. He fled to the Philippines for 2 years. Authorities couldn't find him until November 26, 2013. Philippine immigration agents arrested Cho as he was leaving a casino in Angeles City. He was 63 years old. The Philippine Justice Secretary called him head of the Korean Mafia. He'd allegedly embezzled $2.5 million, and he'd been living as a fugitive, gambling in casinos while South Korean police searched for him. He was deported back to South Korea, and with him went an era. But the Yang Uni family didn't die. Younger members took over, and they adapted. Less nightclub extortion, more cryptocurrency fraud, less street violence, more digital crime. At this point, I thought I'd seen everything, but then I learned about Gang Number 7, and the rivalry between its founder and Cho Yang-eun. It defined an entire generation. Byumseo Bangpie, Seobang family. While Cho Yang-eun ran the Yang Uni family, a man named Kim Tae-chon founded the Byumseo Bangpa in the 1990s, and these two men hated each other. Their gangs clashed repeatedly over territory, entertainment facilities, and southern Seoul. The violence was so brutal that one incident became legendary. Kim's men attacked and maimed Cho's boss during a territorial dispute. Blood in the streets, retaliation, more blood. Then in 2007, Kim made international headlines. He threatened to kill a famous Korean actor, Kwon Sang-woo, for not showing up to a fan meet and greet. That's when the public realized something terrifying. The Korean mob had infiltrated the entertainment industry. Celebrities weren't just targets. They were controlled, owned. In April 2012, Kim collapsed while being questioned by police. He had heart problems. The 63-year-old crime boss was dying. And in 2013, he died of a heart attack. The same year, Cho was arrested in the Philippines. Both titans gone. A power vacuum opened, and that's when the MZ generation rushed in. But there's one more gang you need to know about. And this one, it's not even Korean. United Nations Gang. This is a Canadian gang, ironically called the United Nations. And they've been drug trafficking into South Korea. According to the Korean Coast Guard, they send packages to other gangs in South Korea. And the packages are so bold, they're branded like FedEx, branded drug shipments. This represents a new reality. South Korean gangs are connected to international crime syndicates. Canadian gangs, Chinese triads, Japanese yakuza, Russian mafia, they're all operating in Seoul, Busan, and Incheon right now. And this brings us to the question everyone's asking.